Local, live, late-breaking. WESH 2 News starts now.
Right now at 11, 2 kids killed in a condo fire, and tonight we've learned their mother has also lost her life. Plus, Rolex 24 is underway in Daytona Beach, and the excitement isn't just on the track. How local businesses are feeling the boost as well. But first, a live look outside on this Saturday night. This is over in Ocala, where a frost advisory is now in place. Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us here on WESH 2. I'm Luana Munoz, joined by First Warning meteorologist Marquise Mita. Marquise, we are going to see a nice little warm-up, but first, we're tracking some frost out there.
That's going to be the case, especially as you move across Marion and Flagler counties. It's usually our northernmost communities that cool down the furthest, and that's exactly what we're going to see tonight. Aided by clear skies this evening, you'll be dropping down into the mid and the upper 30s in Marion and across parts of Flagler County. That's going to be as you move west of I-95. The further inland you go, the cooler you're going to be. Typically along the coastline, we're a little bit warmer just because it takes a lot more energy for water temperatures to cool down quickly. So here's what we got as we're waking up tomorrow morning. Temperatures are back in the mid and the upper 30s in Marion County, 37 in Ocala, 39 in Bellevue, 37 in Lynn and Salt Springs as well. As we swing further south, 40s across the board across I-95 in Sumter County, from Wildwood all the way down to Webster, 41 degrees. That's going to be your wake-up temperature. Along the coast, as we mentioned, we're a little bit warmer, right? We show 50s from Cocoa Beach, actually Cape Canaveral, all the way down to Palm Bay. And as we swing towards the north, you're a little bit cooler out towards Palm Coast, 41 to start off your Sunday morning. But it's not about how you start, it's all about how you finish the forecast. We'll be warming quickly with mostly clear skies to start off the day, bouncing back to the upper 60s in Orlando, but that's not the end of our warming trend. I'll let you know how warm you can expect to get throughout the work week coming up in just a few short moments.
All right, Marquise, thank you. Developing tonight out of Volusia County, a woman is dead after she was hit by a car while walking on the North Causeway Bridge in New Smyrna Beach. This happened this afternoon. Officials say the woman and her husband were on the sidewalk when they were hit. Her husband was taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay. Traffic Homicide is investigating. New details that we've been following tonight out of Brevard County. The mother of these 2 children in a Palm Bay condo fire has died from her injuries. Palm Bay Fire and Rescue shared the update this afternoon. Crews were at the scene on Sunnybrook Lane yesterday when the flames trapped the family inside their home. WESH 2's Tonight Gebregereges spoke with the victim's family today. WESH 2 has been staying on top of this story ever since the fire happened yesterday. Our web team sent this push notice when we first learned of the mother's death this afternoon. To get updates of breaking news, download our free WESH 2 News mobile app and enable your notifications. Firefighters spent the afternoon battling a brush fire that closed Schofield Road near the Lake County-Orange County line. Lake County Fire says no structures were involved in this 50-acre fire. It is now 100% contained. Police out in West Palm Beach arrested a man accused of threatening President Donald Trump. 46-year-old Shannon Atkins was taken into custody just yesterday. That's after the FBI National Threat Operations Center was tipped off about threatening posts that he allegedly made online. He's facing 1 count of written or electronic threats to kill, do bodily injury, or conduct a mass shooting or act of terrorism. The Secret Service will determine if Atkins will face any federal charges. New at 11, a man on the FBI's 10 most wanted list has been caught in Lake County. Donald Fields is from the St. Louis metro area, and the FBI says that he's now facing child sex trafficking and child rape charges. Fields has been on the run since 2023. It wasn't until this morning police in Lady Lake found him during a routine traffic stop. An officer pulled him over on Highway 27 at Rolling Acres Road because the license plate was not registered to the car he was driving. A Brevard County Elementary School principal and teacher have bonded out of jail after being accused of putting children's lives in danger. Cocoa Beach police say the Roosevelt Elementary School principal, 47-year-old Elizabeth Hill Brodigan, had a house party with alcohol and more than 100 underage children there. The 47-year-old, along with teacher Carly Anderson, are now facing charges of child neglect and contributing to delinquency of a minor. Florida's unemployment rate held steady in December despite new retirees shrinking the size of the workforce. The Florida Department of Commerce on Friday released a report saying that the unemployment rate was 3.4% in December. That was unchanged from November. In comparison, the national unemployment rate in December was 4.1%. You're taking a live look at Daytona International Speedway, where the annual Rolex 24 race is now going on. 24 hours of testing the limits for both drivers and machines. Daytona Beach has been gearing up for the big events with bars and restaurants there packed this evening already. WESH 2's David Jones has more from Volusia County. And with this cold stretch of air we've been dealing with in Central Florida, many farmers are trying to protect their product. How they're proving that no chill is too much to handle out in the field. Marquise?
Well, as you mentioned, Luana, frosty conditions will be back in Central Florida tonight, but we won't stay frosty forever. In fact, we may be back in the 70s before you know it. I'll let you know when, coming up after the break.
Chopper 2, your live eye in the sky, covering breaking news in Central Florida. The biggest stories from every angle, so you never miss a moment. This is what local, live, late-breaking coverage looks like from Chopper 2, and it's only on WESH 2 News.
From the big picture on your national weather to what's happening in your neck of the woods.
Today and WESH 2 News Sunrise, warning you first to changing weather.
So you're always prepared for whatever comes your way.
Every morning, right here on WESH 2.
People in Volusia County can learn more about the county's efforts to spend disaster recovery funds to hurricane-proof their homes. The U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development granted the funding after Hurricane Milton. There are still 2 more meetings next week, one on Monday at Deltona Regional Library and one on Wednesday at Daytona Beach Regional Library. Both meetings start at 5 p.m. When we have freeze warnings like we did overnight, it's suggested to protect your pipes, pets, and your plants. That's what farmers around Central Florida are trying to do. WESH 2's Spencer Tracy was at Southern Hills Farms out in Claremont earlier today, where farmers worked hard to save their crops. Southern Hills Farms says that with the warmer temperatures around the corner, they're going to be opening up tomorrow at their normal time from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Some good news there, and very good news all around, Marquise, after we've been dealing with those cold temperatures. We know tonight is going to be chilly, but tomorrow that warm-up starts.
Yeah, actually, the warm-up, it started this afternoon. We finally got back into the 60s, but tomorrow will be even warmer. So the warming trend, it continues. Take a look at this. We woke up this morning to temperatures right around 37 degrees, and we will be bouncing back to the mid-70s before you know it. It feels like it's been a while since we were back in the 70s. By the time it happens on Monday, it'll be a full week, and then by Wednesday, we return to the mid-70s in the afternoon. So tonight, though, we still have some frost concerns. We will see those temperatures drop down into the mid and the upper 30s if you're in Marion and Flagler counties. But on Sunday, sunshine is definitely going to warm us up, and we're all looking forward to this. The return of the 70s by the start of your upcoming work week. So we're back in the 40s here in Ocala, the Villages, Wildwood. In fact, we're in the 40s nearly everywhere. Mid 40s out west, upper 40s out along the coast in Daytona, Melbourne, and Palm Bay. 50 for New Smyrna Beach still, so hold on to just a little bit of that heat. Inside the metro, here's what you can expect over the next 12 hours. Clear skies are in the picture as we stall in the mid 40s tonight. Sunshine, though, that returns early out the door tomorrow as we do return to the 60s before noon. So as we mentioned, we do have the chance for some frost forming across I-75 and then west of I-95 if you're in Flagler County. And that's where temperatures could cool off into the mid and the upper 30s. So we want to protect those pets, plants, pipes once again tonight. And we have the frost advisory in place all the way through 8 o'clock. Out across Volusia County, if you're in Daytona, check out the Rolex 24. It's 24 hours of consistent racing continuing tomorrow all the way through 140, in which we do expect sunny skies at the time that the race finishes with temperatures in the lower 60s. At our warmest tomorrow, some of us, a select few, will be warming all the way up to 71 degrees. Temperatures should range between the upper 50s and the low 70s after our clear morning start. And clear, well, that's the name of the game, not just throughout the weekend, but across the work week. We are looking forward to sunshine, powered by this area of high pressure, really just hanging around our Sunshine State. That's what keeps the stationary boundary to our north. And then even as it tries to move towards the south, it's going to dissipate, almost just rip apart, as we are expecting dry weather here in Central Florida for the next week. We'll be watching this cold front to our north. Not going to do anything to us on Wednesday, though, as high temperatures will be returning to the middle of the 70s, and we're not done warming up just yet. In fact, as we exit January and say hello to February, we're saying hello to consistent high temperatures returning to the 70s. So your last day of the 60s, that's tomorrow. Keep in mind the warming trend did start over the weekend and will carry it all the way throughout your upcoming work week. Highs of 72 Monday, 73 Tuesday. Then we're back in the mid and the upper 70s on Friday and Saturday.
All right, something else that might warm you up. It has been a while since the Kia Center crowd had something to cheer about, but tonight the Magic snapped a 5-game losing streak with a big win over Detroit. Kristen.
Yeah, Luana, the Kia Center was rocking tonight. Not only did the entire team put on an absolute show, but the stars came alive. Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner combined for 64 points. Next, a look at how Orlando found a way, getting their confidence back at home.
This First Morning Weather Update is sponsored by attorney Dan Newlin.
WESH 2 Sports is sponsored by Mullinax Ford, Florida's largest Ford retailer. For upfront pricing and no dealer fees, shop Mullinax, where car buying is simple, easy, fun. Now, WESH 2 Sports, sponsored by Mullinax Ford.
The 6 versus the 7 in the East, the Pistons versus the Magic. 2 playoff contenders going at it tonight at the Kia Center with huge playoff implications on the line. Hey everybody, I'm Kristen Lago. The Magic came into this game in a rut. Their top 5 defense cracking, their offense falling stagnant, and their health questionable. But with their opening night lineup back together for the first time since Game 5, things finally took a turn for the better. Just an awesome moment for Keys and a reminder that there is no timeline on our goals. We'll be right back.
Another lunar lander may soon be headed to the moon. Intuitive Machines says it could launch a lander no earlier than late February. The same company launched the, I'm going to say it wrong, I fear, Odysseus lunar lander around the same time last year. The lander collects data until its solar panels are no longer exposed to the light. All right, let's check in now with our first warning meteorologist for a final look at what's happening outside. Marquis, some good news for us.
Great news. We just got to get through tonight, and then it's smooth sailing all the way throughout the rest of the work week. Luana, what's happening tonight is that we do have a frost advisory. Thankfully, not a freeze warning like what we woke up to over the course of the last week. Temperatures will be dropping down into the mid and the upper 30s across Marion and also western Flagler counties. The rest of us, though, will stall out in the 40s. And tomorrow, we bounce back into the 50s, the 60s, and some of us even the lower 70s. But that's just the start of the warming trend. We'll carry it all the way throughout the rest of the weekend and into the work week, Luana, in which we're back in the mid 70s by Friday and the upper 70s next Saturday.
All right, sounding good to me. Remember to start your Sunday morning with the WESH 2 News Sunrise team. They will get you out the door with all the information that you need to get the big stories that'll shape the rest of your weekend. It starts at 5 in the morning. That'll do it for our newscast tonight. Saturday Night Live is coming up next. Have a wonderful and blessed night. We'll see you later.